Watch again. Somebody's turned the sun off, so it's about minus 302. It's a Saturday morning. I've got a full tank in the Simplex. I'm going to go and find some history. Do you want to come? Oh, okay. I'll see you on the first hole. Watch again. I haven't been filming much because I went to the school of idiocy and didn't put much charge on it before I came out. But look at that as the first significant find of the day. Now that is old. It is marvellous. It was obviously mounted onto something at some point. Look at that. That's old and it's lovely. A bit like myself. There we go. Simplex strikes again. Woohoo! First coin of the day. A little Victorian farthing. That'll clean up and we should be able to get a date off of that. Right, I'm going to cut it short because my battery is fast disappearing. Victorian farthing. Woohoo! Watch again. We're back at the ranch, and as you know, I ran out of battery, so I didn't really film much of what was going on today, and I wasn't out there very long because it started snowing. So it's Easter and it started snowing. So what we're going to do is do things a bit differently. This is exactly how it's all come back. Nothing's been touched. We're just going to have a quick go through it all and see what's worth having a clean up. I don't think so. We've got a few of these. On some websites they say they're quite old, but I just think they're the basic furniture mounts. I don't think they're very exciting at all. There's a pair of legs. I'm not really interested in that. Now that looks quite interesting. I didn't spot it at the time, but that looks like it's got a pin on the back. So that's one for the clean up. We'll concentrate on that. We'll give that a clean. We've got an old lead weight. They're always fun. We'll give them a clean. We give that a clean. No, I don't think so. I've seen them listed as mounts as well, but that's proud on both sides. I think that's a toy cartwheel. We'll give it a clean, see if there's any markings on it. I don't think so. When I say clean, I only do soap and water. I don't do electrolysis and all of this. That came out of a big clod. We'll give that a clean, see if there's anything on there that might be interesting. Might be something on that. We don't know. I mean, this is just this is how they've come out of my finds bag. It's an interesting piece of nothing. Well, actually, no, that's an uninteresting piece of nothing. Little pattern button. Worth a clean? Alright, we'll give it a clean. We'll see if that's anything exciting. Now we're going to the actual finds pot. We've got the mount, which I think is lovely. We'll give that a clean and we'll give that a wax and we'll look after that. I've actually been in touch with the our local Flow finds liaison officer about that because that might be quite exciting. What's that? That's our little Victorian farthing. That can have a clean. What else is in the box? Oh, we got a. Don't think there's much on that. We'll give it a clean. And that's got something organic still stuck on it from the day it was dropped. So that's quite cool. So we give that a clean. So we've got 5 or 6 things to clean up. This lot all goes straight into the old scrap bucket, I think. And I'll give these a clean and I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, we've done some cleaning up. Let's go through what we've got. Not a lot of point cleaning that up, was there? Just a blank old lead farm token. Probably something on it at some point. That is, turns out it is silver plate. It's still not the most exciting thing in the world, is it? Let's be honest. Cleans up nice. I think they're just basic bits of furniture. I don't think that's an old mount at all. Although, you know, some very similar are listed as being post-med mounts, but we don't know. Same as that. I think it's a bit of an old toy myself. The old buckle with a little bit of something organic still on the pin. It could be, well, it could be 200-300 years old. We don't really know. Pattern button, nothing exciting. Now this is the thing with the pin. How nice is that? Mrs. Wife has got her eyes on that now. Can we see that? Try and get that in the light. It's a little bunch of flowers, a bunch of tulips. The pin's very squashed. There's no marks or anything on the back. It's just a nice little thing. That was a pleasant surprise. I didn't even know that we'd found that. There's the mount. I say I'm in touch with the Fines Liaison Officer about that. I'm not going to wax it or anything yet until they've confirmed that they either do or don't want to see it. And then once they decide what they want to do, then I'll treat it or not. A loom weight. Quite nice. Victorian farthing. It's an old veiled head one. So that's between, there she is there, look. You can't actually see the date on it unless I scrub it and all that business, which will just ruin it. But in that head, that dates it from between 1895 and 1901 when she died. So it's been that 6-year gap. And this, which I did manage to photograph in its original clod, was cleaned up quite nice. And I think we can have a quick chat about this, because you will not believe what it is. This, believe it or not, is a Portuguese 5 reais coin from 1734. You can just make out some detail on there. I'll put a photograph of what a decent one looks like at the end. There's Portugal in 1734, they'd had a couple of punch-ups with Spain and they couldn't fight Spain on their own, so they decided to look around for some allies, and they chose us. They chose the Brits to ally with, and obviously used our navy and everything else, because our lot loved to punch up with Spain or France. So any opportunity, they dug in and they went over and they had punch up with Spain. Often, quite often. I really don't know what the Spanish did to upset them, but that upset them, they did. So our navy went over and helped the Portuguese. In return, the Portuguese gave free rein to our merchants. So they could go over there, they could practice their own religion unmolested and do exactly what they wanted. They could build factories and do all sorts of trade at a really good beneficial cost to us, to the English, rather than the Portuguese. So much so that by 1734, when this thing was around, they didn't have enough decent fertile ground left to feed themselves, because it was all given over to wine that we took. So they bought all of our oats and grains and stuff like that, and they also had a big taste for Kentish cloth. So did this 5 reais coin, 1734, become part of a merchant popped over this way, or one of our sailors was flying this way, coming from the same field where we get the loom weight? So was cloth being produced on that field 300 years ago? And somebody's come along and bought some with a 5 reais coin or not? We'll never know. It's a good thing. Like I said, I put a photograph of it afterwards. So that's it. We didn't expect that, but I did manage to photograph that, so that's good, before my battery ran out. And the last little bit, old Queen Victoria. Can we see her? Let's see if we can just see old Queen Vic. There she is, old Queen Vic. Hello, Queenie. You alright? Woof. Queenie. One good little fact that I've dug up about her. Well, actually, her name wasn't Victoria, because her actual name was Alexandrina, but they thought that was a bit too German. She was named after her Russian uncle, or cousin, uncle, something like that. Alexandrina was her real name. One interesting fact about her: she survived umpteen assassination attempts, including an assassination attempt by a guy called Robert McLean quite late on, and it was his 8th attempt at topping her off, but he never managed, and in the end they got sick of him. They locked him up and threw away the key and said, you need to rest now, mate. So multiple assassination attempts, nothing got her. Died of natural causes in 1901. Under 5 foot tall as well. Tiny little woman. Ruled most of the world for quite a while. Queen Vic. So there you go. Sorry I didn't manage to record much of the actual digging this week, but we still got a video out. We found some nice bits eventually. Nice to see you all. I'll see you all on the next video. Cheers for watching. Mind how you go.